Disney Star Wars Shills defend the Acolyte. Let's check this out.
But episode 5 and episode 8 were some of the greatest things I have ever seen in my life.
Oh.
Ooh.
Not because I'm a shill. Not because I'm a shill.
Not because I'm a shill.
I assume she's talking about the Acolyte, the episode 6 and 8. If you haven't watched the series, I don't know, watch it if you want to, or just if you look at some of the reviews, you may not even want to even bother with it. But I'm an old school Star Wars fan. I saw my very first movie experience was A New Hope in the movie theaters at Cine Capri here in Phoenix, Arizona. So, you know, I just want to see a good show, so I really don't have a dog in the fight, but we'll see what happens with these people. But this show was not very good, guys.
I genuinely fucking loved this. This episode and episode 5 are 2 of the greatest things I've ever seen in Star Wars.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Is she right?
Money, 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 money.
Listen, this show was very tough to watch. I thought the Book of Boba Fett was very tough to watch, but we'll let this continue, and I'll continue with my opinion as we go.
Honestly, like, this show has been, I think, my favorite Star Wars live action streaming show so far.
I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It clawed its way.
Whoa, hey, it's New Rockstars. Listen, that guy, I've seen some of his reviews. He usually does a pretty good job, but then again, like, I don't know enough about this, and I don't know who's lining people's pockets, dude. Seriously, people will say anything if you give them the right motivation.
Back up to a 7 from a 6 for me.
I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
I love the show. No one's paying me to say that.
Well, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. Because here are the 4 individuals you just saw opening this section of the video.
So that's Filoni, and I think that's Amanda Stenberg, the star of The Acolyte. I don't know who the other guy is, and yeah, they're calling out those other ones for sure.
At Lucasfilm, hanging out with Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland. And surprise, surprise, gift baskets were received.
Just a couple of things for everyone, so please feel free to grab one. We also have the first ever lightsaber.
Yeah, guys, listen.
I love the show. No one's paying me to say that.
They all love the show. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Listen, if you're trading your soul for access, listen, it's not the way to go. I mean, in this day and age, man, you get called out on shit like that, and it's not a good thing.
Coincidence? I think not.
No.
We do not are in no way paid or sponsored or in the ties with Disney.
I've never seen these guys before.
Honest.
Not yet, perhaps, but clearly you want to be, and that's why you give brain-dead, insane takes like this in the hopes that Disney notices you and rewards you for it.
Probably my favorite Disney Plus Star Wars project that has come out.
Holy frick.
VFX are great, acting's great, story's intriguing.
Come on,
But like,
guys.
they're like, oh, you're a shell, you're a shell, I'm not. I'm genuinely still in that place of hopefulness for what I see.
Yeah, not a shill, just hopeful, even after all the dog shit we've gotten over the years.
Dude, if Disney paid for this opinion, I don't know. Like, people that say that shit, like, they don't watch the video.
I do watch your entire videos. That's how I get the gems that I get.
What do you have to do to not be labeled a shill if you have a YouTube channel?
Hey, man, is your mask crooked on purpose? I've never watched your channel, so I don't know.
Wow, well, you asked the perfect person. It's quite simple, really. Don't use your platform to praise and defend objectively bad content with the hopes of Disney noticing you and rewarding you for it.
Do you have to upload like a video a day ranting and raving about what you don't like? Do you have to use buzzwords like woke?
Dude, seriously. No one gives a shit about woke, man. I mean, is it a good story? Is it not? Is it... I mean, the characters were all over the place in that show, and you know this, honestly. Like I said, I just want to get entertained, and you know, I watched all these shows. Even Ahsoka at times was a little tough to watch, but you know what I mean. Come on, guys, seriously.
Like that? Is that the only way to not be labeled a quote unquote shill?
Well, my advice to you, Greedo, would simply be basically just don't do exactly what you're doing right now.
I have a career. I have a family. It's nice being normal.
Wow, so criticizing the Acolyte for being woke makes you an abnormal human being,
Your helmet, too, has a terrible paint job, man.
according to Hello Greedo.
What a stupid bitch!
Which leads us perfectly into defense number 2.
This is my first time watching Mr. Grizzly. He's pretty good so far. So like, comment, and subscribe to his channel and mine too, if you could.
The Acolyte, like just the fan response has just been so like vile and full of contempt.
It's okay. I mean, it happens.
Kind of perturbed and upset by how the fandom has been.
And yet you claim that it does not get under your skin.
I literally do not care, and it's going to sound bad. I don't care how you feel. I only care about how I feel.
Sure.
And then, 10 minutes later, in this very same video, admits to being, quote, super upset at some of the negative comments in their comment section.
Listen, I always say leave good, bad, and ugly comments at me. Honestly, I love any of the interactions. I'm only going to get better. You have to have thick skin in this business, and, you know, it is what it is, man. It's just going to make you stronger. So I don't really get how people get so emotional about some of this stuff. Do whatever you want. I mean, the good comes, you know, sometimes it's bad. It's, you know, who cares?
I was super upset reading some of the comments and stuff last night on our videos. It's like when you have to come in and to validate your opinion, you need to vilify mine, which is just I'm trying not to cuss too much because I get upset with this.
So
and act like you don't care. I care. I care about the good comments. I care about the bad comments. I care about them. I'll be quite honest with you. It affects me. But it ain't gonna I ain't gonna lose sleep over the shit. Honestly, I'm okay with who I am and the criticisms I might get.
Oh, you do care, and it does bother you. And what you said earlier was bullshit.
Like, I don't care how you feel. I only care about how I feel.
You care.
People like
you wouldn't read the comments.
Chiming in to say how much they hate something is
I don't know who these people are.
How much it's been for the Acolyte. And
I mean, not really if you think about it logically.
No.
You know, a lot of it is because it's a show that was created by a gay woman, and most of the lead people in the show are people of color.
You know, Molly,
is that what she really thinks, or is she just trying to... What are you trying to do here? Like, it sounds like you have an agenda, because honestly, that's not what it is. I mean, at least not what I've seen.
The Leslie Headland is a victim defense is not really working with a majority of people for obvious reasons. And fun little side note, this is actually the wife of the Star Wars cross-dresser, by the way.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
People are just coming out of the woodwork.
Wow.
To say, oh, I hate it because the writing's bad. No.
Dude, you guys don't like men. Like, even your man doesn't seem, he's not a man.
Oh, you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Feels like people that perhaps think that and have not been emboldened to say so previously are all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork going, look at me, I hate gay people.
Obviously, these women are nuts. No one has said that, and they have no proof of anyone saying that. But if you dare criticize Leslie Headland or her writing ability...
Oh, I hate it because the writing's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian.
Stupid woman. And I like that this show has attracted like a you know, one of those bug zappers. A lot of those real pieces of shit who have been in the discourse far too long.
Not surprising at all that the Soy Boys have an entry in this section.
Why are they pieces of shit? Because they have an opinion, man. Honestly, and if you can't take criticism, dude, why don't even read the comments, bro? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Somebody who doesn't like the show can criticize it without saying the word woke. Then I may be able to listen to that.
Who cares?
Yeah, and the word woke triggers the hell out of these guys.
If you throw in that word, poof, be gone, bitch. Be gone, bitch.
Soy number 2 here in the middle even went as far as to say that he wants to punch a 60-year-old man in the mouth for using the phrase "go woke, go broke." Now, I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty confident your average, typical 60-year-old man would
beat your ass for even saying that, you dork. You should look, man. Look at you. You shouldn't be talking about doing violence on anybody, and you shouldn't be talking about that openly on any kind of social media to begin with. It's silly, and anyone that's really tough doesn't talk like that. So stupid.
Would whoop Soy number 2's ass if he
That's
tried something like that. Smash that thumbs up button if you agree.
Agree.
And please subscribe to the channel as well, especially if you enjoy clowning Disney Star Wars shows.
Will do.
Do it.
The writing on this show is left a lot to be desired, but is it really that much worse writing than the prequels?
And I say this as someone who has read the majority of the old extended universe. It's better than 90% of that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Disney Star Wars.
Listen, I wouldn't watch a movie with that dude ever. He looks like he's got something other weird. He just came out of the freaking some hole in the freaking basement to freaking watch movies from time to time. Oh my god, man, that guy looks like the live version of Gollum.
Wars is great, everyone.
You know, we're spoiled by such good Star Wars now.
The Acolyte, it's classic Star Wars. It feels like classic Star Wars. More so than I think anything that we've seen so far.
Who is this?
Yeah, and even George Lucas himself would approve, according to some of these idiots.
It's the most faithful I've seen Disney Star Wars be to the original idea of George Lucas and and Dave Filoni.
Come and listen to the idiot. Hey, everybody.
Hey man, Dave Filoni to me is a newcomer to all this shit too, to be honest with you. I like some of the stuff I've seen from him, but like some of the stuff is real kiddie and cartoony as well. So, and then he could be a bit all over the place too.
The idiot's on.
The Acolyte feels the most prequel-y. From the acting to the directing, the dialogue, even the look, it feels to me very George Lucas.
Except prequel fans hate this show.
Watching the show, I just thought, I feel like this is right up prequel fans' alley. But I guess not.
No.
I suppose not.
Why would prequel fans like The Acolyte? It destroys the main character of the prequels, Anakin Skywalker. It ruins the Force and the Jedi by making them complete idiots as well as the bad guys. And the biggest reason of all, it breaks canon.
Well, the thing is like, Anakin had all these emotions and he stood out like a sore thumb. So that was the whole point of that. So, and then all these Jedi, I mean, they don't act like Jedi, dude, honestly.
Name is no. My sign is no. My number is no.
Oh god.
Let it go. You need to let it go.
Does this break canon, the Sith and Ki-Adi-Mundi's line, all that stuff? And it's just like, who cares, man? Like,
I don't want any of this like, oh, it's breaks canon bullshit. I don't know if breaks canon. I don't know if any of that's real. I have no idea. Plagueis just showed up for half a second. We don't even know if it's Plagueis. It could be his twin brother.
Are you?
Listen to me. Canon. I have an opinion about canon. You can't ignore canon, guys. That's what makes these stories the stories that they are. You're counting on bits of canon to always be there, just as like walls to your castle. Like once you don't have those, it's just collapsing. You know what I mean? It's the stupidest idea ever to ignore canon or I don't care and all this other crap. That's really stupid. It's, oh my god.
I guess it could be his twin brother.
Are you stupid or something?
Yeah.
In the eyes of these shills and Disney, George Lucas canon holds them back from telling the story that they want to tell. And we're starting to see more and more now Disney saying, screw it. We don't care about canon anymore.
My
And I
god.
would rather they ignored something that Mace Windu said and told us a really good story than adhere to specific lines from a movie that came out 20 years ago.
If you're going to retcon something as big as like
What?
The Sith have returned, I feel like that's such a smart way to do it.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I love canon continuity as much as the next person, but sometimes you just got to be like, who cares?
Yeah, who cares about canon continuity and things making sense?
It's the most important thing,
when they do try
man.
to explain these things and make it make sense, the only way it does is when they inject their own headcanon.
Ki-Adi-Mundi says, but the Sith have been extinct for a millennium, and then Yoda kind of gives a look to Mace. But then Mace says, I don't think the Sith could have returned without us knowing, so I still believe that Ki-Adi-Mundi and Mace don't know anything about what's happened in the Acolyte, but Yoda might just be looking around like,
Do you not realize that would do irreparable damage to Yoda's character, a George Lucas character?
Destroy the Sith. We must.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Yoda was like a fixed point as far as Star Wars is concerned in any old school Star Wars mind, okay? Yoda is Yoda. You know what I mean? There's no gray area with this guy. He's Yoda. That's why he is. I don't...
Oh, but according to the cross-dresser's headcanon, you did nothing for 100 years. And if you thought that was bad, wait till you hear this.
Palpatine, who will eventually become a part of this story, he's eventually going to be trained in some way. Whatever his recollection of his own history is, maybe he's lying, maybe he's making it up.
The Soy Boys, the boys of soy, Los Sujos Muchachos for you Spanish viewers, are perfectly fine with Disney retconning Darth Plagueis as Palpatine's master.
Because he tells the story of Darth
What?
Plagueis, and he does say that one day his apprentice kills him.
No, don't do
We've
that.
assumed that's always been Palpatine.
Don't do that.
It could be somebody else. As far as we know, Chimere can end up being Palpatine's master. Who knows?
Don't do that.
Chimere could be Palpatine's master in Disney Star Wars. Wouldn't that be something? Why stop there? How about Osha?
Is it Chimere who takes out Plagueis, or then Osha takes out Chimere, and
No.
then a young Palpatine becomes the apprentice to an Osha? Wow.
This would be ridiculous. These are the worst characters ever made in Star Wars so far, and to put them in the continuum and stick them in there with these loved characters in this stupid way would be the worst.
Wow. I can't take much more of this, you guys.
To me, it's more interesting for them to take swings and try something new. And if it doesn't totally work, then that's fine.
You can't go back. You should wipe your ass with this project and flush it down the toilet.
We got to celebrate our differences.
I don't even know what DEI is.
Amandla Stenberg. Oh, she's great here. Again, just
Terrible
to
actor.
reiterate, I've checked her pronouns, and she is happy with they, them, or she, her.
Wow, thank you, Grace, for bringing us that need-to-know information.
The idea that the Acolyte is pushing an agenda
You
is
guys,
so
seriously.
fucking silly to me.
It's silly.
And that complaint is such a transparent example of grasping at straws.
Okay, how many white male characters had a prominent role in this series? I can't think of any. Now, before the woke mob attacks, let me just state that I'm not saying that I need that in media in order to enjoy it.
Who cares? Just tell a good story, man. I don't even have one. I have one white person in my family, my father. Everyone else is black, Filipino, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter, man. Just tell a good story. And that story sucked. And those characters sucked.
What I am saying is that Disney does this on purpose. They prioritize what you look like on the outside and who you like to sleep with over talent and ability. They have an obvious anti-male agenda. And the show actually premiered during Pride Month in the hopes that that would shield it from criticism, which obviously did not work.
But The Acolyte also feels fresh, not only because of the diverse cast, but the story. The story is it's different in this space, and that is so cool. But yet it's still remaining faithful to this
Yeah, it's shitty and different, and it doesn't belong in Star Wars. It's
space. It's still Star Wars.
Not even close.
Chimere and Osha, baby. I'm so happy.
This is Star Wars at its
That's
best.
so cringe.
I saw some people complaining online because there's a thing in the trailer about someone having like a lightsaber that's a whip. First off, I don't care if that doesn't make sense. Nothing about lightsabers makes sense. But also, that sounds fucking cool.
Oh, okay.
It was not
I
cool.
personally don't go into art.
It did not
looking
look
for
cool.
problems. You're meant to just kind of have fun, not get super angry, and then go whine about it on the internet.
Just a quick reminder for those of you who may have forgotten.
Dude, honestly, you guys look like smart guys. There's no critical thinking that's involved in any of this whatsoever. It doesn't have to make sense or have any continuity whatsoever. That's what you're saying? That's what you're justifying right now? Where's your journalistic integrity, or whatever you want to call it? Or your integrity, period. You know what I mean?
I don't care how you feel. I only care about how I feel.
That was somebody getting shit on their face.
So if the show let you down or wasn't for you, I don't blame you, but let's just be careful blaming every issue you have with Star Wars on this show, because it was at least fine, and at best really good.
At the very least, it was fine, and at best, it was very good. Eric Voss of the New Rockstars said that.
Wow.
Gotta make sure you get invited back next year, huh, Eric?
Wow.
Maybe in 20 years, like the prequels, we'll love this. The kids who grew up with this will love it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's not gonna happen.
That
was one of the things when in watching the show and hearing some of the criticism of saying it was made for kids. I don't know a kid that would want to watch this. They wouldn't even know what the hell was going on or who to root for.
Is the wet dream of these Disney Star Wars shills that one day Disney Star Wars will become accepted by a majority of fans.
Gross.
And as for these Acolyte shills, their wet dream is season 2.
I need more. I need more. I don't care. I need more. I am desperate. I will take this over anything. I need this season 2 of this more than I need anything else.
We need a freaking season 2. I think hopefully popular demand will make it be.
No.
I really enjoyed watching the Acolyte, and I really.
Oh, that's him.
Don't have to. Wait
I
too
see
long
now.
before we get
He's in that
seasons.
picture. I see.
But it's like if we don't get a season 2, a follow-on of this,
We have to.
that is so incredibly heartbreaking to think about because this was so good.
Are you high or just incredibly stupid?
Obviously, we will be covering the Acolyte season 2 if
Yes.
it gets renewed. If not, we will most likely be covering shills crying over no Acolyte season 2 instead. But as for right now, I can safely say I need a break from this god-awful show. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out any Acolyte content you may have missed on the homepage. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.
I'm definitely going to like and subscribe this channel. You got me, man. My overall opinion about this show and Star Wars in general, like I said, I'm an old school Star Wars fan. The only part of the Star Wars that's come out with Disney in the past several years that I would watch again is Mandalorian season 1 and 2. The rest of it, I would never. I tried watching some of it. I don't even think I tried watching an episode or 2 of Andor. That actually looked okay. But the other series, honestly, they're mostly cringe. I mean, even Kenobi at times was a little tough. So, quit coming out with bullshit. You have all these resources. Don't you have a think tank? Is your think tank these freaking idiots? Honestly, man, you could do better. You could do better. And Mandalorian season 1 and 2 shows that you could do better. So, quit with the bullshit and give us some good Star Wars. That's all we're really looking for. So thanks a lot, YouTube. I hope you got something out of this. I definitely did. I'll definitely subscribe to Mr. Grizzly, and thanks a lot for tuning in.